Have you ever made a decision, then instantly started justifying it, even though something deep inside you knew it was wrong? That uncomfortable tension you felt, that inner tug of war, wasn't just guilt. It was cognitive dissonance, and it's one of the most powerful forces shaping your thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors, often without you realizing it. Today, we'll explore how cognitive dissonance drives our decisions, shapes our identities, and even makes us lie to ourselves, all to protect our fragile sense of self. Cognitive dissonance is a term coined by psychologist Leon Festinger in 1957. It refers to the mental discomfort we feel when we hold two conflicting thoughts, beliefs, or values, or when our actions contradict what we believe. Imagine saying "I care about the environment" while throwing a plastic bottle into the trash. That tiny jolt of discomfort, that's dissonance. Our brain hates inconsistency, so it works overtime to reduce the tension by changing our beliefs, justifying our actions, or sometimes by simply ignoring reality. One of the most famous experiments on cognitive dissonance involved a simple, boring task. Participants were asked to turn pegs on a board for an hour, mindless, repetitive, and dull. Afterward, they were paid either $1 or $20 to lie to the next participant and say the task was fun. Here's the twist. Those who were paid $1 reported enjoying the task more than those paid $20. Why? Because $1 wasn't enough to justify lying. Their brains needed another explanation. So they unconsciously convinced themselves the task wasn't that bad. This is the power of dissonance. We rewrite our memories to protect our self-image. Cognitive dissonance shows up in everyday life constantly. A smoker says, "It's just how I relax," even though they know the risks. Someone cheats on a test, then says, "Everyone does it, it's not a big deal." A person buys something expensive and unnecessary, then insists it was an investment. When our behavior clashes with our beliefs, we adjust something to make it feel right again. But here's the dark part. Sometimes we change our beliefs, not because they were wrong, but because it's easier than facing the truth. Cognitive dissonance doesn't just influence individuals, it can warp entire cultures. In politics, people often support candidates even after blatant contradictions because changing their stance feels like admitting they were wrong. In relationships, people stay in toxic dynamics and say it's not that bad to avoid confronting fear or failure. In cults or conspiracy theories, the deeper someone's invested, the more they double down when faced with disconfirming evidence. Dissonance isn't just a bug in human psychology, it's a feature, and it could make us cling to lies just to avoid emotional discomfort. So how do we reduce cognitive dissonance? There are 3 common strategies. 1. Change your behavior. Align actions with beliefs. 2. Change your beliefs, rationalize or adapt to fit actions. 3. Add new thoughts, introduce new ideas to soften the conflict. The healthiest option. Change your behavior, but the easiest, change your beliefs. That's why so many people rewrite their narratives instead of taking action. Cognitive dissonance isn't evil, it's not weakness, it's a psychological alarm alerting us when something doesn't add up. Becoming aware of it is the first step toward mental honesty. The next time you feel uneasy about a decision or belief, pause. Ask, am I being truthful with myself? Am I justifying something I know I shouldn't? Am I rewriting my beliefs to avoid discomfort? The most powerful thing you can do is sit with the dissonance and choose growth over comfort, because the truth is, lying to yourself may feel easier, but clarity is always more freeing.